Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about sequence and series. So firstly see what is the sequence. To make you understand sequence, I have taken few examples here. 2, 5, 8, 11 and so on. 1, 4, 9, 16, 3, 6, 12, 24 and so on. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 like this. So we see that here the first 2, 5, 8, 11. We see that every term is obtained by adding 3 to its previous term. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 3, 11. Next term will be 14, next term will be 17. Okay, so we are able to see here what will be the next term. Means we can write a formula for its general term. General term is nth term, an. It is an minus 1 plus 3. An means nth term, n minus 1 means just before one term. So how we can get an? Adding 3 to its previous term. So see, 5 is obtained by adding 3 to its previous term 2. 8 is obtained by adding 3 to its previous term 5. So we can write the formula an is equal to an minus 1 plus 3. See the second 1, 4, 9, 16. What will be the general term an? We can write n square, where n is the natural number. If n is equal to 1, 1 square will be 1. N is equal to 2, 2 square is 4. 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. So we can write the formula for general term an is equal to n square. Means it is the sequence of the squares of first square of the natural numbers. So natural number starts from 1. So 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. Next term will be 5 square. After that 6 square like this. See this one 3, 6, 12, 24. First term is 3, next term is 6, next term is 12, again next 24. We observe that every term is obtained by multiplying 2 to its previous term. 6 is obtained by multiplying 2 to 3. 12 is obtained by multiplying 2 to 6 like this. So what will be the general term? So general term will be 2 into an minus 1. In the previous term, we have to multiply it by 2. Next one 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. 2 is 3, 5, 7, 11. There is no definite pattern here. There is no definite pattern in the terms. Here difference is 1, here difference is 2, again 2, difference is 4, again 2 like this. It is the sequence of prime numbers. It is the sequence of prime numbers. Sequence of prime number. We cannot tell what will be the 10th prime numbers, 20th prime numbers. We cannot any general formula for the nth term in this. So this sequence cannot be described by its general formula. See this one 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So after n is equal to 2 means from the third term we observe that it is obtained by adding two previous term. 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8. So what will be the formula for its general term? an is equal to an minus 1, an minus 2 for n greater than 2. So if n greater than 2, what will be the nth term? We have to add its two previous terms. an minus 1, an minus 2. 2 is obtained by adding 1 plus 1, 3 is obtained by adding 1 plus 2. So each term is obtained after the second term by adding two previous terms. First two terms will be 1, 1. This sequence is called Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence. This sequence is called Fibonacci sequence. So what is the sequence? Sequence is the arrangement of numbers according to definite pattern, which is described by a certain rule. Sequence is the arrangement of numbers in a definite pattern. So here pattern is each term is obtained by adding 3 to its previous term. In the third, each term is obtained by multiplying to its previous term. So in this pattern, we can see what will be the next term. So sequence definition is it is the arrangement of numbers in a regular pattern, definite pattern according to certain rule. If we express the sequence by a formula, if we express the general term of the sequence by a formula, means we are able to write the nth term of the sequence, then that sequence is called progression. So first one, second one, third one, it is called progression. But 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 sequence of prime numbers, we cannot write any formula for the general term for this sequence. So it is not a progression, it is only sequence but not a progression. Progression is what? Progression means we can write the formula for the general term of the sequence. General term is any nth term. So here fourth one is not a progression. So this is the difference between sequence and progression. What is series? If we add the terms, of the sequence, then it becomes series. If we connect the terms of the sequence with the plus sign, then it becomes the series. So here we have to study about the arithmetic progression. Suppose general term of any sequence an is 3n plus 2. An means nth term of a sequence 3n plus 2. So write the first four terms of this sequence. How we can write? Put n is equal to 1. So first term will be 3 into 1 plus 2, 5. Second term 3 into 2 plus 2, 8. 3 2 is 6 plus 2, 8. Third term 3 into 3 plus 2, 3 3 is 9 plus 2, 11. Fourth 3 into 4 plus 2, 14. In this way we can write the terms if general term is given. If an is given, means nth term is given, we can write first term, second term, third term, any term. Suppose we have to write a 20th term. So put n is equal to 20. 3 into 20 plus 2, 62. So if general term is known, we can write the any terms of that sequence. Suppose Sn means sum of n terms of the sequence. A1, A2, A3 plus an minus 1 plus an. Sn is what? Sn is the sum of first n terms of the sequence. So what will be this one? From a1 to an minus 1, it is sum of n minus 1 terms. From a1 to an minus 1, it is the sum of n minus 1 terms. Plus an is the nth term, general term. Transpose Sn minus 1. So Sn minus Sn minus 1 is equal to an, nth term. So if sum is given, Sn is given, we can write the formula for the general term. An is equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Now next topic is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression. In short, it is written as AP. So what is arithmetic progression? A sequence in which each term is obtained by adding a constant term to its previous term is called AP. A sequence in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed constant to its previous term, then that sequence is called AP. Means difference of any term to its previous term is constant if the difference of any term with its preceding term is constant, then it is called arithmetic progression. In other way, we can say that if difference of two consecutive terms of the sequence is constant, then it is called AP. So see example of AP. 2, 4, 6, 8 like this. We see that every term is obtained by adding a constant to the previous term. 2 is added here. Again 2 is added here to get the new term. Again 2 is added to get the next term. So this 2 is called common difference. So this sequence is called arithmetic progression because difference between any term with its previous term is constant. Means 4 minus 2 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2, 8 minus 6 is 2. Difference between two consecutive terms is constant, so it is called an AP. And that constant is called common difference. It is represented by D. So what is D here? D we can write 4 minus 2, 6, 6 minus 4, 8 minus 6 like this. So D is 2. Okay. So this is the definition of arithmetic progression. Now we have to derive the general formula for the nth term. Let first term of an AP be A and common difference be D. First term of AP be small a and common difference be D. So we know that then AP is, how we can write AP? First term is A. Next term we can get by adding the common difference to the previous term. So next term will be A plus D. Third term, again we will add the common difference to the previous term. So it will be A plus 2D, A plus 3D like this. So first term A, next term we have to add D, again next term we have to add D, again next term add D to its previous term. So what is first term? First term is A, second term A plus D, third term A plus 2D, third term, fourth term A plus 3D. In this way, if we have to write nth term, so what we can write nth term? In the second term, coefficient of D is 1. Third term, coefficient of D is 2, means 1 less. Fourth term, coefficient of D is 3. In nth term, coefficient of D will be n minus 1. So we can write it A plus n minus 1 into D. So this is the formula for the general term, nth term. Nth term is denoted by an. So an is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the nth term of an AP, where A is the first term and D is the common difference. If last term be L and number of terms in an AP be n, if total number of terms be n and n is the last term, so nth term will be the last term. Total terms n and last term is L. It means nth term will be the last. So therefore we will write nth term is equal to L. And n is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. Last term will be the nth term. What will be nth term from the end of the AP? It is the nth term from the beginning of the AP. So nth term from the end of an AP. Let first term be a common difference be D and last term be L and total number of terms be L. Then AP is, how we will write AP? First term A, second term we will add D, common difference, third term A plus 2D and so on. Last term is L. What will be last but one? L minus D. Again second, third, L minus 2D, L minus 3D. In this way we can write. Write it in the reverse order. L minus D, L minus 2D, and at last we will get A. We have to write the nth term from the end. So we have reversed this sequence. So nth term is equal to what? A plus n minus 1 into D. So what is the first term here? L plus n minus 1, and what is D here? Common difference is what? Second term minus first term. So it will be minus D. So we can write L minus n minus 1 into D. This is the nth term from the end. This is the formula for nth term from the end. So if the last term is known, number of terms is known, then we can write nth term from the end. One more formula for the nth term from the one more formula is that if number of terms be m, if total number of terms be m, then nth term from the end is equal to m minus n plus 1th term from beginning. If total number of terms be m, then nth term from the end is equal to m minus n plus 1th term from the beginning. So these are two formula for nth term from the end. If, see next point, if A, B, C are in AP, if A, B, C are in AP, these three terms are in arithmetic progression. So we know that in arithmetic progression, difference between second term and first term and third term and second term both are equal because there is a constant difference between two consecutive terms. So we can write here B minus A is equal to C minus B. Transpose B one side, B plus B is equal to A plus C. 2B is equal to A plus C. What will be B? A plus C by 2. So 2b is equal to a plus c. If a, b, c are in AP, then 2b is equal to a plus c, or b is equal to a plus c by 2. This b is what? It is called arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean of A and C. If three numbers A, B, C are in AP, then the middle term B is called arithmetic mean of first and third term A and C, A plus C by 2, and 2B is equal to A plus C. Let us discuss some problems. See first question. How many two digits number are divisible by 3? How many two digits numbers are divisible by 3? We have to find it. So we know that two digits number starts from 10, but 10 is not divisible by 3. So what is the first two digit number divisible by 3? So first digit number divisible by 3 is 12. First number is 12. What is the next number divisible by 3? 15, 18, like this. At last we will get 90. 9 is also divisible by 3. So these are the numbers divisible by 3. If we see the pattern, we observe that this sequence is an AP, because 12 plus 3 15, 15 plus 3 18, 18 plus 3 21, like this it is coming. So there is constant difference between two consecutive terms. So it is an AP. So what is the first term? A is 12, and common difference D will be 15 minus 12. That is 3. We have to find out how many numbers are there, how many terms are there in this sequence. Select total number of terms be n. Total number of terms in this sequence be n. So what will be nth term? Nth term will be the last term 99. So therefore nth term is 99. Nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d, 99. A is 12 plus n minus 1 and d is 3, 99. Transpose 12. 3 into n minus 1, 99 minus 12. 9 minus 2, 7. 9 minus 1, 8. So 3 into n minus 1 is equal to 87. What will be n minus 1? N minus 1 is equal to 87 divided by 3. So 3 2 is 6. 2 remainder 27. 3 9 is 27. So n minus 1 is equal to 29. N is equal to 29 plus 1, 30. So how many two digit numbers divisible by 3? 30 numbers are there which are divisible by 3. See next question. See next question. If pth term, pth, qth, rth term of an AP be A, B and C respectively, if pth, qth, rth term of an AP be small a, B and C respectively, then prove that A, P minus Q plus B, q minus r plus c r minus p is equal to 0. Sorry, it is not this one. It is given p b minus c plus q plus q c minus a plus q c minus a plus r a minus b is equal to 0. This one we have to prove. So if pth, qth, rth term of an AP small abc, we have to prove this result. So see the solution. Pth term is equal to what? A. We know that pth nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d. What is pth term? Pth term is a plus p minus 1 into d. This is equal to small a. Make it equation number 1. Here a is the first term of an AP. Capital A is first term of an AP and d is the common difference. Here small a is given, that's why I have taken first term capital A. And qth term is b. So qth term is a plus q minus 1 into d, it is b. Rth term is c. So a plus r minus 1 into d, it is c. In this way, we are getting 3 equations. What we have to prove? Here b minus c, c minus c. How we will get b minus c? If we subtract third equation from second. So equation 2 minus equation 3. Equation 2 minus equation 3. What is equation 2? A plus q minus 1 into d is equal to b, and c a plus r minus 1 into d is equal to c. Subtract. We will change the sign. A cancel. When we will subtract, we will take d common. So it will be q minus 1 minus r plus 1 is equal to d minus c. Minus 1 plus 1 cancel. So d q minus r is equal to d minus c. Make it number 4. So equation 2 minus equation 3, we are getting d q minus r is equal to b minus c. Next one, c minus a. C minus a. Similarly, equation 3 minus equation 1. What we will get? 3 minus 1. C minus a we will get. Here again a cancel. And we will get r minus p. So we will get d into r minus p is equal to c minus a. C minus a, r minus p. And next one, a minus b. So equation 1 minus 2. Equation 1 minus 2. So we will get d into p minus q. D into p minus q is equal to a minus b. So fourth, fifth and sixth equation. But here we have to prove p into b minus c. P into b minus c, q into c minus a, r into a minus b. So we will multiply fourth equation by p, fifth equation by q, and sixth equation by r, and then add them. So equation 4 multiplying by p plus equation 5 multiplying by q plus equation 6 multiplied by R. So multiply here by P. Equation 4 multiply by P. So it will be D into P, Q minus R, plus in fifth one we have to multiply by Q. So DQ R minus P plus equation 6 multiplied by R dr P minus Q is equal to. So we have multiplied here by PQR in the left hand side. Now we will multiply in the right side. So multiplying the right side, P into B minus C, P into B minus C plus Q into C minus A plus R into A minus B. This is the right side. We can take D common. So take D common. P Q minus R plus Q R minus P plus R P minus Q is equal to P into B minus C plus Q into C minus A plus R into A minus. Open the bracket. PQ minus PR QR minus PQ plus RP minus QR is equal to this one. PQ cancel with PQ, QR, QR, PR, PR. So it is D into 0 is equal to P, B minus C, Q, C minus A plus R, A minus. D into 0 is 0. So this part is 0. And we have to prove this result. So it is proved. So this implies PB minus C plus QC minus A plus RA minus B is equal to 0. So it is proved. Now I will take the last question. If we have to take 3 numbers in AP, how we can take? If we have to suppose 4 numbers in AP, so write note here. 3 numbers in AP can be taken as what we will take? A minus D, A and A plus D. If sum of 3 numbers in AP is given, so we have to suppose like this. If sum of 3 numbers is given, sum of 4 numbers given, sum of 5 numbers is given, so how we can suppose that numbers? So 3 numbers in AP can be taken as 4 numbers in AP can be taken as A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus A minus 2D, A minus D, sorry, A plus D, A plus 2D. 4 numbers in AP we can suppose like this.